Okay, hello. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name's Ashley, and today we are going to my dermatologist. In these next few clips, I was fully convinced I was about to get the CO2 laser. Turns out I was completely wrong. When I got to my appointment, we realized there had been a scheduling mix-up. After examining my skin and talking through my concerns, the dermatologist explained that the CO2 laser just wasn't the treatment that would be recommended for me. I learned that the CO2 laser is much more invasive than I originally realized. It comes with significantly more downtime and is generally recommended for people with more advanced sun damage and deeper skin concerns. Since my concerns were just a little bit more superficial, he felt microneedling combined with chemical peels would be a much better fit. We actually ended up doing 2 rounds of chemical peels. I was very disappointed in the moment. I think he felt bad for me because I had gone in with such a gung ho mindset that I was getting a CO2 laser. The main reason I booked this appointment was for a few skin concerns that have been really starting to bother me. The biggest one being the deep line in between my eyebrows, mostly closest to my left eyebrow. It's become what's called a static wrinkle, meaning it's visible even when my face is completely relaxed. And it's something I've kind of been a little self conscious of as I've been getting older. I also had 3 moles removed last year, which left behind some scarring, and I'd love to improve that. Because I have mild rosacea, my dermatologist explained that microneedling can help improve skin texture while helping to reduce some of that overall redness over time. For a little context, I'm 35 years old. I wear sunscreen every day now, but there was a pretty big period of my life where I didn't. I was honestly pretty reckless in the sun and got my fair share of sunburns. I've only had 2 IPL treatments, and I haven't been very consistent with my retinol due to being pregnant and breastfeeding and all that. But although that's something I definitely plan to change, I do have mild rosacea, which leaves my skin very sensitive to a lot of products. So my daily and morning skincare routines are extremely simple. The last time I had any form of Botox or lip injections would be in 2022 in preparation for my wedding, and I do have microbladed eyebrows, which I'm looking to get removed. Okay, enough of my rambling. Here's what actually happened once I got into the clinic. We discussed all my goals, clearing up the mix-up about my appointment. My dermatologist applied a numbing cream all over my face to prepare me for the microneedling. He explained that the needle depth is adjusted depending on the area being treated, my pain tolerance, and my specific concerns. So, around thinner skin, like under the eyes, the needle is a little bit more shallow. Since I had already pointed out my main areas of concern, like my scarring and static wrinkle, he spent a little extra time treating those areas more aggressively. The microneedling itself honestly didn't hurt at all. The chemical peel, on the other hand, that completely caught me off guard. I could definitely feel a burning during the first round, but by the second round, it was really starting to sting. There were a few moments where I questioned whether I wanted to keep going, but I figured I was already there and I might as well push through. They do say pain is beauty, and in this case, they weren't entirely wrong. If you look closely, you can see my eyes starting to water. It wasn't necessarily because I was crying, maybe just a little. It was quite literally because of the fumes coming off the peel. That part surprised me the most. Here's what my skin looked like immediately after the treatment with my front facing camera, and then I'm going to show you a clip of with the back facing camera. Before I left the clinic, they sent me home with a few products to help me with the healing process. One was a soothing serum to help calm the burning, and the other was a liquid band aid and face mask, as you can see. One thing I was told was to apply the liquid band aid all over my face and let it naturally dissolve. Technically, yes, but because it's essentially a liquid Band-Aid, it stays very sticky and tacky. So if you're thinking you'll just throw on some makeup over top, don't. It does not work. I took a few days off work so I could basically hibernate at home because avoiding the sun after a treatment like this is really important. I didn't notice much peeling until about day 2. It started off very subtle, but my skin looked completely different from the morning to night. By day 4, the peeling around my mouth really kicked in. My dermatologist told me not to pick at it and to either just let it fall off naturally or carefully trim the loose pieces with some clean scissors if needed. If you're someone who loves peeling sunburns, you'll have a really hard time with self control over this. I was really good at the with the first few days, but then I kind of gave in towards the end. Don't follow my lead, follow your dermatologist's instructions. By day 8, all of the peeling was finally gone. Even then, my dermatologist explained that my skin was still healing beneath the surface, so the final results wouldn't be visible just yet. And now let's fast forward through the next several weeks. Of course, I'm not on my period right now and having a decent skin day. So don't let this be the judge of how it looks all the time. I think it did a good job of lessening my scars. I also didn't mention that I got bit by a dog when I was little and had another scar on the opposite side of my face. So yeah, safe to say I will be trying microneedling again. Gonna save up, gonna try again, and I'll give another update.